Hey, sorry, I had a power disconnect. Again, I'm back. Give me a second. All right, let's have a quick recap from the day one, what we have actually covered. Previously, we had two sessions on this Sourcing Express Season 2, basically. So what did we cover in past? Give me a second. In our past two sessions. So initially in our first session, we talked about introduction to sourcing, client recruitment and scheduling, and how these three different functions are catering to the needs of talent acquisition under HR umbrella. And then what is a keyword search on web, what is a Google search suggestions or Google direct answers, how to identify organic and inorganic search results and all those things. And then later on, we also seen that, okay, what is people also ask for in a Google search suggestions or results. That is something which we'll be covering again in future when we'll be working on creating a competitor list, a list of companies with the competitor names and all. And then what is people also search for? That was pretty much covered in our first session. Then we went to our second session where we talked about keyword search, basic Boolean operators, something like and or not, and how to use them basically in LinkedIn search or any such job portals. Very now, what we'll be doing is like today we'll be covering similar Boolean operators and or not, brackets and double quotes, but how to basically use them in a Google search. However, just to have a quick recap, we'll again go to the LinkedIn and we'll try to understand how this and or not bracket and those double quotes are working quickly. And then we also had a couple of interesting use cases while during this particular session. So all these particular use cases, please refer to the document and try to understand these particular questions, like what does an and operator do? What does an or operator do? What does an operator not do? And along with the examples we have covered pretty much in detail. So definitely I would suggest refer to this particular document so that you'll have a more in detail notes captured over here. So these notes are something which will be capturing in our live session. Every means during our every live session, we'll see some of the interesting observations and we'll capture those particular notes in the same document. And at the same time, we'll try to see some of the sourcing related questions, something like in a below given example, in a two strings. Are the results same? If yes, why? And if not, why not? Something like Java and cloud, not recruiter or hiring or a cloud engineer. Similarly, Java and cloud, not recruiter and hiring and cloud engineer. Both the strings look same, but definitely there's a variation of result. And why there was a variation of result that we covered in previous session. However, like I'll be uploading a previous recordings as well sometime tonight or tomorrow. You can please refer to those particular videos for more in detail. And then what are the use cases of operator, double quotes? What are the use cases of operator, double quotes and a bracket? All those things. So that was pretty much covered in last two sessions. However, I see that there are a couple of people pinging me saying that they missed the last two sessions. Will they be able to pick up from the current session? The answer is absolutely yes. Those are pretty basics. Those basics are good to know. Again, as we'll continue in our sessions going forward, we'll definitely dive in a lot on the basics. So definitely you have not missed anything great. As I mentioned, tomorrow sometime, I'll upload previous recordings also, which will help you for the just the quick brush up. So now coming down to our today's session, as I mentioned, like earlier we covered and or not, double quotes and a bracket, and how to use them in a LinkedIn or any such related job portals. Similarly, today we'll be covering how to use them basically on a Google. But let's have a quick recap, how to use and or not, double quotes as well the brackets, and what are the use cases of this on LinkedIn. So let's go to LinkedIn. And one more important call out, at last we would not have any kind of question and answer, something like Bhuvana has raised a hand. So Bhuvana, what you can do is like, you don't really have to raise a hand, or anyone else here don't really have to raise a hand. Directly unmute, pause me, ask me a question, no problem. Ask 100 times. Don't have to feel hesitant that I'm on something and you shouldn't stop us. You shouldn't feel that you're disturbing us by stopping us. You're basically asking us clarifying question then and there for that particular point. So don't ever feel that by asking questions, either you're irritating or you're disturbing us. No, not at all. Ask 100 times, hundreds of questions. Same question 100 times, no problem. We'll be here to help you out. We'll be very happy to address the use cases or the problem statements. Yeah, Bhuvana, you can please go ahead. Can you please tell what was that you wanted to tell?
Thanks, Shiva. Actually, I just wanted to know where we will get these notes. Sorry, even I missed the last 2 sessions.
You wanted to know where?
Those notes, you said you will get the notes on Java and sourcing thing, right? Where we will get those notes?
In this document itself. This document is shared in our invite. Anyway, okay. I'll share it here as well in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much.
You can take it. Just bookmark it. This will be our document for the whole session, the whole Sourcing Express season 2. There would be around 35 to 40 sessions or more than that also. So please take a copy, just bookmark it. So from every session, what are the notes as well, what are the interesting observations, questions are there, we'll be going to cover it here. We'll be going to capture it here.
Thank you so much.
Sure, Bhuvana. All right. Anyone else has something similar question or anything, something related to something similar?
Nothing at this point, Shiva.
Great, awesome. So let's move on. Again on LinkedIn, we just came. So let's say now, let me just clear all the searches. Let's say now we are searching for Java. So as soon as we search for Java, we have a couple of results, types of results basically. Here we have basically a group, then we have a people, then people who talk about Java, then we have about post, some of the posts, then we have about jobs, then again about groups, then courses, more people. So all the various set of results. However, here we can see how do we want to filter this particular result, either with the Java with people, or Java with post, or Java with jobs, Java with groups, Java with courses. I guess this is something new. Java with companies, Java with schools, Java with events, Java with services, or rest of the filters. Here is what we all can see. So anyways, what we'll do is like, we'll start with people as we'll be searching for people. So as soon as we click on people, we get the list of people. Basically, Java would be reflecting in their LinkedIn profile, and that's how we got this list of people. So let's say, additionally, along with Java, we would need microservices. So what happens? This is where basically an AND operator is playing a major role. That's where we use AND. So this is free version of LinkedIn, in which we have a limitation of using particular number of keywords. Hence, we would not go beyond, but otherwise we'll stick to the basic examples first, just to understand what this AND operator is doing. So let's say now we give Java and microservices. So as soon as we give Java and microservices, the results, the number of results we see, it has little came down. Similarly, again, if we go Java and microservices and AWS, again, if you see, again, the results has come down to 84. Now, let's say we have a use case where we want Java and microservices and any of the cloud. Hiring manager says, not just Amazon Web Services, it could be a Google Cloud, it could be an IBM Cloud, it could be a VMware, it could be any cloud platforms, something like software as a service or internet as a service, platform as a service, anything like that. So in that case, what we do is like, we'll use an operator OR. And how we'll use an operator or Java and microservices and AWS or cloud, or as I mentioned, let's keep an example simple. So now when we have checked with Java and microservices and AWS, we had 84,000 results. Now we're checking Java and microservices and AWS or cloud or SWS. And then now if you see, the results have slightly gone up because now it's not only searching for Java and microservices and only AWS. Rather, we have given the flexibility of searching for an optional keywords, either AWS or cloud or SAS. That's the reason we would see a profiles where people would have mentioned Java and microservices in their LinkedIn profile. And additionally, we might see either AWS or cloud or SAS. Let's randomly check some 4 to 5 profiles and then we'll move on quickly. So here Java, AWS, microservices, Java, microservices, AWS or cloud would be somewhere. So here Java, microservices, AWS already there. So AWS, microservices, Java. So Java, microservices, AWS, Java, microservices, Azure, AWS. Okay, Java. And then we have cloud here. Let's see about microservices. So we would be mostly opening only such results throughout our session where we don't see evidence on a higher level, on a first page, that keywords are not reflecting. Then we just open those particular pages and see in case if those keywords are existing. So Java, microservices, cloud, absolutely it's here. So Java, microservices, AWS. So Java, microservices, and then AWS. All right. So I'll just take a pause. Any doubt or any confusion on how and how OR is working over here? Yes, no. Okay. Now, in past we did cover what does an operator, what does an AND operator do. So it gives us a result with more than one keyword, which is given in a combination of keyword 1 and keyword 2. Okay. What does an operator OR do? It basically gives us a list of results with either of the keywords. What does an operator NOT do? It basically excludes the given keyword after NOT. Now, what are the use cases of operator double quotes? So the thumb rule is whenever we use OR, we should be closing it with double quotes, or it becomes a set, group, or a nest. What is the use case of double quotes, and when do we use it? Something like, let's say, Java. Let's say all filters and member of technical staff in the title. So we have given complete member of technical staff in the double quotes over here. So whenever we want a particular phrase, something like Java developer or SAP ABAP developer or SAP SD consultant or SAP HCM consultant or sales manager or marketing manager. So there are more than one keyword in that particular phrase. So that time we basically go ahead and use those double quotes so that it appears in a search result as it is. Now, if you see, when we have used member of technical staff in a double quotes, the results has completely came down to 1100. And if you see here, member of technical staff, member of technical staff, member of technical staff, member of technical staff, senior member of technical staff. Anyways, the member of technical staff is here. So before and after, it could be anything. However, if you see, almost all the results are showing a title of member of technical staff. So here, this person might be, his headline is this, but once we go to the profile, maybe their title, job titles in current or past jobs would be the member of technical staff, lead member of technical staff, principal member of technical staff, consulting member of technical staff. So basically double quotes whenever we want that particular phrase, as I mentioned, like member of technical staff or software development engineer or software developer or mobile engineer or software development engineering test. So now if you see a software development engineering test, only 95 results. Software development engineering test. Software development engineering test, software development engineering test. As I mentioned, the headline would be this, but once we open the profile, either their current or past title would be software development engineering test. This was of a member of technical staff. So software development engineer test. Software development engineer test. Software development engineer in test. All right. So I'll just take a pause. Any doubts or any confusion here? What and what or and what double quotes and what these brackets? Why these brackets are important? The first thing, thumb rule, whenever we are using or, we should be using those particular brackets. Now let's say if we don't use this particular bracket and remove it. Earlier, how many we got result? 95. So now if you see there's a huge variation between the number of results what we got. Earlier we got only 95 and now we're getting 969. So basically search engines get confused what exactly this human is trying to ask. Is that Java and microservices and AWS? Then what's the combination between cloud or SAS? Unless we are not making us group like this, unless we're not grouping it, unless we're not making a set, unless we're not nesting it, it may not understand that the human is looking out for either AWS or cloud or SAS. So that's how the result varies. Now, if we just give AWS or cloud or SAS, you might ask me, but we are getting more results, right? Why don't we use in that way? Technically, answer is yes, that we are getting more result. But at the same time, if you follow the Boolean logic, technically it's not correct. Basically, it's not understanding it properly. It could give us a results where we have Java, where we have microservices, where we have AWS, where we have cloud, where we have SAS. So it could be any of the keywords, a mix of. But it would not be a necessary a mix of keywords where we have a Java and microservices mandatory and AWS or cloud or SAS, either one of the keyword mandatory, all the three keywords appearing. It might give us a result of only Java, only microservices, only AWS, only cloud, or only SAS. Something like, let's say, and let's take a couple of last pages. Software development engineer, test, is that Java, cloud. So Java and cloud is there. Let's see where is microservices. So yeah, microservices is missing. Software development test. Java. Cloud. What else we give? SWS. Okay, so we're just using multi-highlighter in the interest of time so that it highlights those keywords if those are appearing. So software, we have software here. SQL. So Java, microservices, AWS, cloud, SWS. So cloud one we have. Let's see Java and microservices. So under skill, 31 skills. So AWS is there, cloud is there. So yeah, cloud and AWS is there, but as a mandatory keyword, what we wanted, Java and microservices is kind of a missing. So basically the whole logic, what LinkedIn is trying to understand and give is here is, it's saying like either you look for a profile Java or microservices or AWS or cloud or SWS, but not necessarily it following the Boolean logic, because we as a human itself break the Boolean logic over there by giving incorrect Boolean. So now let's say to make the machine correct, once we give this bracket, as we discussed in our last session, that we'll discuss the importance of bracket in our upcoming session. This is the importance of the bracket in our this session. So now we get again 95. Now you see whichever the result, it would have Java and microservices and either AWS or cloud or SWS. Now let's say another use case. Now here we have Java and microservices and AWS or cloud or SAS. Will this search work? This and this search both are as per grammar or as per English, both are correct. But will this search work? Java and microservices and AWS or cloud or SAS. Java and microservices and AWS.
No, it won't work. It won't work.
It will not work.
Why?
Because caps lock for the operators needs to be there.
Absolutely. So though it's showing us the results, but again, as a logic, when we say it might not work. Similarly, we give the same thing. Now here we have 3,500 results, but now let's give the same thing, caps lock, or uppercase rather, I would say. So same 3,500 has become now 1,22,000. So what uppercase to lowercase is making a difference? Again, incorrect Boolean logic. All right. So again, going back to the thumb rule, are the keywords case sensitive?
Operators are case sensitive, not the keyword.
The keyword.
Awesome. The keywords case sensitive. Keywords. Java, microservices, AWS.
No. Shiva, I have one doubt.
Mhm.
Can you please explain the difference between caps and small and while searching any profile? Let's say if you're searching for a full stack profile.
Mhm.
So generally, if I search with the small cap, this and or, we get a full stack profile.
We will get it. I'm not saying we won't get it. Okay. But the variation of the results when you see, there would be a huge variation. Because when you're giving in a small caps, it's not understanding it as a Boolean logic. It's just taking just as a other keyword. And it's trying to give you either in a combination or just completely ignoring the Boolean logic. But when you give in a caps lock, then only it's understanding the Boolean logic.
Oh, got it. Thank you.
Okay. Now there are a couple of websites, job portals like Naukri. Monster is an amazing Boolean follower. I don't know now, but the whole Boolean research started from the Monster way back in 2011, 2012, 2013 when I was in a US hiring. That follows an excellent Boolean logic. How much ever the longer Boolean you give, it never said that the Boolean is not accepted. But similarly, when we see in a Naukri, when we use and or not in a small letters also, maybe the product started accepting it, saying that, okay, fine, recruiters are not actually using Boolean logic the way it has to be used. They are, instead of giving in a caps lock, they're just giving in a small caps. Then maybe as a product manager, I would have gone ahead and said that, okay, the recruiter, they're giving in a small caps also, let's start showing off the result. But actually, it's not following the Boolean logic. Maybe as per the product, they would have made some changes, but in a use case of if we want to have the hands-on Boolean logic, then we definitely should follow the basics of Boolean logics for sure. And what Boolean logic says, and or not, these are the kind of operators which are case sensitive and has to be given in a caps. You might see a portal which are accepting in a small letter, but you might not see a portal which is not at all accepting in a caps. Let's say Naukri is accepting in a small letter, but you would not see Naukri ignoring Boolean logic if you're giving in caps. There is a possibility of certain portals might show us a result, even we give in a small or large caps, but there is a no possibility that if you're giving a Boolean operators in a caps lock, that it's not showing a result. That means definitely that Boolean logic says that and or not are basically case sensitive and has to be used in a caps lock. No, keywords are not case sensitive.